Hello, and welcome to our first Murders at Karlov Manor draft. Let's get right into it. So, my strategy for the first day is going to be probably play an aggro deck, probably red and white will be gravitating towards those colors. Unless we open an amazing bomb. Um, People tend to play a lot of synergy on the first days and they don't play very defensively. So this is a way to capitalize on this behavior. So let's see. Our rare is definitely efficient. A 4/4 Death Touch Haste with Ward. The opponent might not be able to play it. We've got an excellent 2-drop for the blue red deck. But because we don't have anything generically good, we'll take this one because this is generically good. Even though I'm not sure if I'm going to be playing green. We got murder, but removal these days is not as valuable as it used to be. So we've got another rare, actually a mythic, and it's completely unplayable. This rare is actually good, but I don't know. Black doesn't seem to be very strong. On the other hand, we've got an excellent white card that doubles down as removal and buffs our creatures. We've got black, one of the best removals in black. Um, yeah, even though this the an interesting rare. Well, it is indeed a 2-for-1 and on its own, so we'll try. I was okay, Quintorius. Now this is odd. In any case, what have we got here? Evidence examiner cares about collecting evidence. We haven't got any of those yet, like this one. And street gossip is definitely efficient, but we we need to be in those colors. I don't know if it's worth getting there. Well, maybe we'll take it just because there aren't any other options. The 2-drop would be, but audience with Tristani is too conditional. The maze. Fixing is pretty valuable in this format since there isn't much fixing in common, though green is one of the colors with the highest concentration of fixing. Okay, Magma. Not exactly what we want. Outfitter could be a curve topper. Private Eye. We would be all over the place if it took it, but definitely great card. I guess we'll take it because maybe we'll gravitate back to white. For example, this is one of the best white uncommons, maybe one of the best uncommons in the set, in my opinion. If you've got the enchantment removals, like the one I passed for the investigator. Yeah, so I definitely made a huge mistake there. I knew that white was one of the strongest colors in the set, so I should have taken the white card on top of the black, despite black's rare being quite good. And another one, so that punishes us even harder for not taking the white case. We'll root for more cases. Uh, well, this is an interesting finisher, and a 4-4-4-4 is not embarrassing, though we already got plenty of 4 drops. Maybe we can try a green-white deck. And okay, so got a counterspell, another gossip. Oof, we're pretty packed on 4 drops. Maybe we'll take the counterspell and gravitate towards the blue-white detective deck. This might be an indication that it's an open lane since people didn't take those cards. Okay, I don't know how good this could be in a... Oh, but it's definitely a case, has synergy with our case file auditor. We should take it just because of that. We've already got 2 of them. Okay, the sprite is a detective, even though he cares about collecting evidence. Speaking of evidence, we'll take this one, or will we? Let's take on the job, so we already guarantee it. Uh, Between these 2 6 drops, I guess I'll take this one. Flying better. So we got another on the job. Okay, so our initial plan is to play blue-white detective deck. Here's another private eye. Our 3 drops are getting a little bit crowded, but hopefully white has got a lot of excellent 2 drops that are detectives, so hopefully we'll be able to snatch those. The watchdog certainly interesting, but we'll double down on the detective synergy. Okay, another auditor, inspector, guardian. Already got so many 3 drops. Maybe we should not take the auditor. We've only got 1 enchantment so far. Let's take the inspector. It's a detective that will get buffed by the private eyes and provides a clue that triggers the private eyes effect. The clue might also help us solve the case of the filched falcon. Yes, that's the pick here. Hopefully we'll see some white and removal. Which passed for the black rare. So now you know, don't make my mistake. Oh yes, here's an example of a drop detective. Um, our, some of our 3 drops give it flying. That's nice. If we didn't have this option, we could take max tree. So we could splash the black, but Phantom is definitely the pick here. Our first true drop. And it's a detective. No More Lies is interesting in a tempo deck. Mana leak with a bit of upside. Okay, another 2-drop detective. Well, between one that gains flying and one that becomes a 3/3, I guess I'd rather have the one that can gain flying. That's more relevant late game. Though, gotta be careful how often we play creature with power 2 or less. Our private eyes certainly are an anti synergy with that, but we'll take it anyway. Well, another auditor. Well, this is a good 4-drop. That's also a detective. Makes us a clue token. Because we haven't got any other enchantments yet, we'll not take the auditor. It might even wheel. They wheeled the auditors on pack one, so they might wheel it again. So let's take the quote cracker. Night Watch is not a detective, but makes a detective token. Suspicious Arrival, definitely interesting trick. Uh, Granite Witness, not exactly what we're looking for. Let's take the Night Watch and hope that the Arrival wheels. Accusation. Oh, let's take the Accusation actually. We're low on removal. Okay, this is not the detective we want in our deck. Behind the Mask's too weak. Spy is also too weak, too slow perhaps. Let's take the Arrival. It's a very efficient combat trick. Okay, the Inspector is definitely one of 3 drops we're most interested in. The Thinking Cap might return. Yeah, now this is not a 2-drop we're interested in. We'll only take it if we got nothing else. Okay, another Sprite. Well, our 3-drops are getting swamped, and there's Disguise to make things worse. Another Inspector. Okay, we're a little bit overkill on 3-drops. 3 drops is probably too much. Okay. Another rare that's a detective and another 3-drop. Well, guess we'll have to pass it because we got the enchantment removal that we were looking for to combo with our auditors. Despite being an excellent card, got too many 3-drops. Another code case cracker, so that's gonna be our pick here for sure. Two cards. Hopefully we'll improve them. We definitely need more 2-drops, so we'll have to make sacrifices just like we did with the rare. I have to make 4 sacrifices like that. Oh yeah, Accusation is an enchantment. I didn't even think of that synergy. Speaking of 2-drops, not a detective, but definitely strong. Okay, another case, but unfortunately unplayable. Another enchantment. Weak. Not like have a lot of options. We might pick it. Not exactly what we were looking for. Okay, another counter spell. Or drop that makes a detective. Let's take the counter spell. Play. Oh. It also doubles down as a 2-drop. Play then 2. We can play those 2 sides of the cards, but this. Oh, a case. So we will definitely not solve it. Still got synergy with the Auditor, is a 2-drop. That's the pick. Not a fan. Maybe we'll take the Criminologists, just because I have no 5-drops, but actually. Another accusation. Excellent. Will fit nicely with the Auditor. Oh, setback is also another flexible pseudo removal hit. Technologist, but that probably won't go in the deck. Another rival. Okay, it doesn't have to take here. Okay, so we've got some cards to cut. We've already got an idea of what we're cutting. So we definitely do not want the Outfitter without the cards it can find. Criminologists, probably not. On the job, I don't think our deck is wide enough. The exits actually too little value despite them. Rivals, maybe we'll keep. The accusations definitely, the binding definitely. Diligence is probably one of the cards that's getting cut. So we got one more card. Being Case of Shattered Pact is just a land basically that we can find with the Auditor. But we'll never solve it. So it's worth keeping. Basically, we have no flash, nothing flash. Okay, it's probably going away, and we might use our counter spells as our 2-drops. A lot of 3-drops, just like you. Enough enchantments probably to find with the Auditors. 4 enchantments. I could calculate. It's gonna hit a decent amount of time. During the pre-release, I made a deck with about 4 enchantments, and I almost always hit. Okay, this is our deck. Not exactly. We made some mistakes during drafting. Hopefully, we'll learn for our next ones. Okay, so let's get playing and see how far this deck will go. Also, let's find out what other people are drafting. Well, definitely use more land. Oh, one more land. Good. Okay, so mirror match. If we play the Auditor and attack, we unfortunately will not trade for both. We could try a sneak Vicious Arrival, and they do call for it, but it wasn't a huge blowout, but it was something. dice, which is attack factor, which is excellent. Now we have the opportunity to attack with the Guardian. No enchantments, unfortunately. Great. I don't know if you guys are familiar, but wizards with flying counter, because at least they already had flying. Okay, so this time I think I'll take the trade. And actually offer the trade for instead of the Guardian. We will triple block. Hey, we missed the game. Set for 2, they take it, they sacrifice 2. Okay, now that they've got 5 mana, their creature might be a bit dangerous. We should probably just maybe attack with our 2/2. If they put their creature face up, we use the setback. Let's try that. Because at 5 mana, that's when creatures start being able to trade for 2/2s profitably. Okay, so it was a 1/4. Not going to waste my setback. Okay, fortunately for us, they don't double block. So this case, we'll just crack the clue. Land. On the land. Off the land. We'll keep the counter spell open. Factor. Would have been nice to add this before. Our mana doesn't align well. Counter spell. We'll just put that. Our counter spells starting to become less and less valuable. Huh, so they have got the outfitter, the cap, so they do not have to. Okay. Let's play the activation. Pass. Guess this is enough here. That was unfortunate. So perhaps having another case for auditors. I don't know what went wrong. It was definitely not great.